going to be talking about our third chakra, or the solar plexus. And this location is just kind of above the belly button. It sits where we would think about our gut instinct. So a lot to do with personal power and self-esteem. Kind of that warrior energy, that inner strength. It gives us, or it helps us with the ability to say yes or to say no with what is right for us. So instead of coming from that mind space, instead of coming from that place of the brain that says, oh, I really should, but I don't want to, or oh, I'm gonna do this, but I really don't feel it. Especially when it comes to relationships, whether that be work relationships or personal relationships, friendships, family relationships, etc. So kind of that gut instinct. And the solar plexus is represented by the color yellow. So we can just visualize this spinning wheel of yellow energy kind of above that navel center. For some of our postures today, we will be doing a couple back bends and kind of working on heating up this space. So again, just like the other chakras that we've done, if you have not done any kind of warm-up, don't just jump into these 4 or 5 postures. Please take a pause, do a couple cat-cows, do a down dog, get yourself a little bit warmed up. So the first thing we're going to do actually to stimulate this solar plex area is we're going to do 2 different styles of breath. The first breath is just that really, really nice deep belly breathing, which we should be doing anytime that we practice yoga. Hopefully you are practicing that deep belly breathing just on a normal basis. I know for me, even driving in the car, if you're just stuck at traffic or a red light or construction, or even just driving, you can still kind of concentrate on that really nice deep breath. So let's just find our comfortable seat if you're not there already. And we're gonna just take a moment to ground down, set our sit bones to the floor. And I want you to, as you're working on your breath, to visualize that yellow wheel right around navel center or above navel center. I want you to visualize it expanding and contracting with your breath. So start to notice that wheel of energy right towards your gut, that belly area, and pulling that breath in through the nose and feeling that really deep expansion into the belly. And then of course the lungs inflate, or the ribs, and the chest rises. And as we exhale, getting rid of all the breath, pushing all the breath out of the body, feeling the belly pull in as you press the breath and release the breath out. And again, just visualizing that kind of yellow wheel, or whatever that looks like for you, breathing and expanding and contracting as we come in. And let's just do about 2 more of these deep breaths. So the other breath that we can work on that really helps to stimulate that space quickly is called breath of fire. So number 1, breath of fire is a very rapid style of breathing. Okay, if you are trying to do breath of fire and you find that you are lightheaded or you've lost your breathing, then stop, slow the breath, and you can always try again. Number 2, if you are pregnant or on your moon cycle, your menstruation cycle, then skip breath of fire. If you have any hypertension, high blood pressure, anything like that, again, just skip it. Just continue to work on that nice, deep, slow belly breathing. So breath of fire is considered 1 breath, even if it continues for minutes, which today we won't do minutes, we'll try for like 20 seconds. And it's where you draw the breath in rapidly, and feel your whole body just expand. And then by using the muscles and the diaphragm, we're gonna push the breath out. So it's, and it's almost this pumping of the belly that happens as we're pulling that breath in and out. So some people can kind of go really fast with it, where it's, or just, but either way, it's just continuing to find this really strong fire energy right there in that third chakra. So if you would like to try, feel free. Otherwise, just stay with that nice, slow, deep belly breathing. And we're just gonna go for just a little bit, just a couple, maybe 20, 30 seconds here. And if it helps to put your hand on your belly and just kind of feel that. And again, visualize that yellow, visualize that moving energy in that space. So, and then we're gonna slow the breath. And if you continue to practice on that breath of fire and work up to 30 seconds or a minute or whatever, you will definitely start to notice some of that heat in your body. So moving on to some other postures, anything really that we do that's twisting is gonna help to stimulate that. Heart openers, which we will get on next time we have our next video for our heart chakra, also help stimulate that as well. So all of that is really great. So today we're just going to start with a really basic, gentle seated twist. So finding our comfortable position. One thing we want to make sure when we're twisting is that we stay really grounded and connected through those sit bones. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms up. And then as we exhale, draw the left hand behind you and take that right hand over to the left knee. So as we're twisting over to the left, stay aware that you're not pulling your left hip or your left glute back. The head can stay nice and neutral with the spine or looking slightly back. And again, visualize that belly area. Find the breath and expand and contract, even though you're kind of holding on or creating that little bit of tension through the torso. Continue to feel that breath moving your body. The torso remains long. Try to draw the shoulders on the back. As you inhale, sweep those arms back up. Just find that little neutral spine, that little extra lift. And as you exhale, switch sides. So as you come to the right, pull the shoulders back. Keep lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Ground equally through those sit bones. Press both your glutes down to the floor. Breathe into the belly. And when we think about self-power, notice what comes up for you. That can be really scary. To step into our own power, to take control and to rule 100% over ourselves is terrifying. Hopefully it brings a little bit of excitement. Good, come back to center. So, boat pose, any kind of core work that we do, again, is going to help stimulate that. So we're going to move on to our seat again with the feet out in front. Holding on to the back of the thighs, lift the heart and pull the shoulders back. From here, we can lift the feet. So if you're noticing that this is already difficult, stay here in your supported boat. Keep relaxing your jaw, relax the shoulders. We don't want to hold all this tension in our upper body. So relax there and bring all the awareness into the middle, into the core area. Of course, hip flexors get some work here as well. And then we can bring those calves parallel. We can work on releasing the arms out. Again, shoulders are soft and down, or we can even straighten the legs. And we're just going to breathe here. And again, visualize, notice that energy right into that navel center, right above that navel. If that energy is completely blocked, that's where we find situations where we're not able to really stay in our truth. Good, so from here, we're gonna release down, and then we're going to come into camel pose. So standing on our knees, hips should be directly over those knees. We don't want the hips falling too far back. So as we find a little bit of a moment here, make sure that that pelvic area remains neutral. We'll sweep the arms up again, just to help maintain and find that length. Bring the hands to the low back. Fingers face down towards the glutes. Pull your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows in. Lift the heart and lift the head. So if it's too much to let that head fall back, then just keep the head slightly forward. If you want to go deeper, we tuck the toes. Maybe start to slide one hand down, take one arm up towards the ceiling, and we can switch sides. And eventually, if you want, you can work both hands down. Keep pressing the hips forward. Keep lifting and opening the heart. Breathe into that belly space. We'll come out of our camel. Find a moment, sit on the back of the heels if you can. If this is not an option for you, then just find all fours and just rest in neutral. From our camel pose, we're going to move on to our belly. So again, very similar to heart openers as well. They kind of really work together here. Feet are flat to the floor. And finding a nice cobra. So a couple variations here of cobra would be just staying nice and low to the ground. Press your feet into the floor. Little bit of engagement through the glutes as well. Imagine lengthening the heart forward. Breathe into your belly. We can go into Sphinx pose, walking our elbows underneath the shoulders, palms out in front. And again, we're not lazy here. We're pushing into the floor, pulling the shoulders back and reaching the heart forward. Legs are strong and active. Breathe into your navel center. From here, we can go even deeper into that cobra, hands back under shoulders, and lift a little deeper. Pull the shoulders back, hug the rib cage, breathe into your belly. Head can always look down, out in front, wherever it works, breathe. So any of those variations, working on stimulating that chakra, go ahead and come down. And we're going to move onto our backs. Take your time getting there, especially if you went really deep through that camel and that cobra, then just nice and slow getting onto our backs. We can bring knees into the chest, do just a nice gentle hug for a moment. And again, so any kind of twist will help stimulate that. Today we're just going to do a really simple 2-knee twist. It's it's really gentle, so especially after doing those 2 deep back bends, it's a nice gentle twist. Calves come parallel to the floor, arms can come out letter T. Let your right leg fall all the way down to the floor, left leg is stacked on top. And then that left arm opens up. You can always take the right hand onto that left thigh as well. Expand and contract. Feel the movement of your belly. The focus here today, stimulating, finding some movement into that third chakra, that solar plex area. With an inhale, we're gonna pull those knees back together, back to center, and exhale as we switch sides. Knees fall to the left. Let that right arm open up, breathe into your belly. Feel that movement of energy. So as we start to get familiar with what postures work with what chakras, as we're practicing a full class and we're moving through these postures, we can kind of go through the postures with the intention to just bring a little extra awareness, whether that be even just energetically or physically, into those chakras, into those energy wheels. So next time you're in a class and you're twisting, just take a moment and just really acknowledge this third chakra space. And again, as we inhale, we'll bring those knees to center. If you want to give yourself just a quick hug again, feel free. And we'll roll ourselves up back to our comfortable seat. So before we find our mantras today, I want you to sit quietly. And I want you to think of a time when you were not quite true to yourself. Maybe it's that really quick yes or no. Oh, I said yes to this and I really didn't want to, or I said no because I felt guilty of this, but I really wanted to. So just sit for a moment and just reflect on a time that you were not quite honoring yourself and your power. And then as we settle into this really quiet space, if you want to repeat your mantras out loud or just in your head, that's fine. I am strong and fearless. I am strong and fearless. I stand up for myself. I direct my own life. I appreciate my strengths. I am free to decide what is best for myself. I am at peace. I am strong and fearless. I stand up for myself. I direct my own life. I appreciate my strengths. I am free to decide what is best for myself. I am at peace. I am strong and fearless. I stand up for myself. I direct my own life. I appreciate my strengths. I am free to decide what is best for myself. I am at peace. I am strong and fearless. I stand up for myself. I direct my own life. I appreciate my strengths. I am free to decide what is best for myself. I am at peace. And to end, we'll take 3 of those nice deep belly breaths. And again, I want you to visualize that opening of that beautiful yellow circle, your ability to decide, your ability to stand in your own personal power to find that warrior energy and your strength. We'll bring the hands together at heart center as always, Anjali Mudra. Visualizing, feeling, finding that balance between the 2 sides of the brain and the body. Bringing the hands to the forehead, thanking yourself for right and loving thoughts. Hands to the mouth for right and loving speech. And hands to the heart for right and loving intentions. The light within me salutes and honors the light within you. Namaste.